Aloha, my friends and family and enemies. My name is Trey, and this is my YouTube and Odyssey channel, Trey's Myths and Tunes, and my daily ritual. Trey's timeless 15 minutes of explain. And first, I have to say, I have to announce the reason why you haven't seen me in a few days is because I've been under cyber attack. Perhaps by the same forces that I reveal. And so, that perhaps is what has inspired me to go deeper down the rabbit hole, to reveal more of what they're doing to try to destroy our lives. Um, and I have to ask this of all those who work at YouTube. If what I say is only mythology, then why shadow ban? Why block me from views? Why not admit how many views I get if what I say is all mythology? That's why I say it's mythology, so you'd leave it alone, but you didn't get that. The Santa Cruz curse is when you begin to be a loose drip for them. I'm afraid. That leads to the topic I'm talking of today: removing Zeta Seals, shady middlemen, and UTTAT till it's only us, babies and people, adult women and men. They said I know too much and I went too far. Then I realized I had to reveal it all. Everything I could say, gotta give it away to the entire world. To how to learn to discern and transcend the filth they threw in the second bardo, the fourth dimension. All that we ever knew in this part of the world was just the psychic trash from the antiverse. They said I know too much and I went too far. It's a really fine looking girl, about 23 years old, pulls up on her bicycle to the traffic light. I thought she might be a divine ET, larger forehead, pretty face, and I looked right at her and I said, did I live on Orion or a planet in Orion's belt in my last life? And that's why I'm not afraid to stand up to these heartless 15-foot bipedal reptiles with so much telepathic destruction power. Okay, so what are Zeta Seals? Well, we are each made in the image of Christ, I fully believe. And by the way, here I sit in Santa Cruz, California, after almost 20 years with all their weapons pointed at me, but yet, when they don't, on this, for example, today, when they don't dump too much of their alterations and their geoengineering, it's once again perfect weather, perfect temperature. So people don't notice the silent weapons. So, um, so why can't people feel the love of Christ or make heart-based decisions? Okay, this is from Lisa Renee on the AscensionGlossary.com. Zeta Seal. The Zeta Seal is located in the astral plane layers of the heart complex to block activation of the fourth DNA strand, which blocks access to the mentor fields, first layer of the higher self mind in the fifth dimension. Essentially, it is the 4D frequency fence placed in the human body to keep the human soul reincarnating in the astral plane under the control of the negative aliens' agenda during the death process. In other words, what I call the demiurge's reincarnation death Saturn moon matrix machine. It creates a multitude of blockages that separate the heart sensory abilities from being recognized by the mental body or conscious mind. See alien implants. Tracking profile to memorialize and bring into transparency with compassionate witnessing more information about Zeta Seals and the heart chakra that create a scrambling between the heart transmission and brain receiver the historical military links, as well as connections to gray aliens or my lab abductions. It's a type of splitter tech that scrambles the communication between the heart transmission and the brain receiver. When this is implanted, the person cannot feel much as energy in the environment, and it appears to be reinforced or strengthened when entering military service. This gray technology is sprayed or injected in many military areas, clearing Zeta Seal distortions. The brain needs to be tuned to the heart resonance, again through the process of development, where it's all about heart-brain attunement. Okay, heart-brain attunement. Our heart is our brain in the latter stages of spiritual development. This is something else from that page. The brain is just a receiver. It's like I've said many times. Zeta seals were put to repel spirit from embodiment. Constructs such as dogma, wage slavery, psychic trash, fears, time constructs to block the messages from the heart to enter the brain. Like, I'm running late, I can't do it, I can't think about it. I'm married, I can't do it, I can't consider it. Making heart aware choices. In my case, financial dependency led to insecurity, distrust, and then having cohabitating, subletting with a person who has a narcissistic personality disorder or narcissistic predator entities for years created such severe distrust and insecurity that the Zeta's sterile robot voice beaming into my head saying, "You can't do that," started to become believable through depression, through the distrust from narcissistic abuse, and over the years, So I started to believe that shit. Sad. And or say I was using a lot of cannabis to try to lean on cannabis to feel inspired and creative, and it's through tolerance it started to become infested with that horrible gray Zeta voice instead of my own. So, and the thing I've noticed, the way that this will happen is when you're having a dream or vision or thought about what you want to do or create, that with the power of your hands and your brain and soul, being a harmless spirit in a human fleshy clay suit in the image of the Christ, with temporarily being the Christ embodied, you can make anything you want, but that voice will tell you you can't do it. So you'll hear it stop a dream in the mid sentence and tell me, no, you can't do it. And so this pretty much was clear evidence to me that this was a real thing. It's an ancient technology, with and without injections or sprays and all that. Nanotech, it can be done with at a greater degree, obviously, with nanotech injections. So fears, toe the line narratives, such as stay in your lane kind of thoughts. The anti-life cults, the Illuminati, all your secret societies, and the Zeta. It's also called the 2D, 4D split. And also, it's known as the higher heart seals. It cuts off your ability to use your higher heart function, the function of your higher heart or heart-brain attunement, which there's a lovely, actually a man who used to be in the military started a thing, research center up in Boulder Creek called the Institute, Boulder Creek, California, up the road here, called the Institute for Heart Math. And they teach how to overcome this, really, to tune into your heart. But again, your insecurities, psychological or psychic imprisonment through mind control or dogma or the injections, inverted mainstream media ideas or narratives, fear-based ideas, dog-eat-dog world ideology. Thus common people cannot hear the messages from the real creator. They can only hear these shadow being, Zeta or Archontic, Luciferic or Draconian imposter voices, the pretend God, the demiurge God, until these seals are removed. And the Zeta and shady middlemen that must remain hidden. Because if you knew the dark side fully controlled you emotionally, would you allow them to deal you, to seal yourself in their death trap? Would you allow them to do all this shit to you if you knew that it was going on? Well, now is the chance you have to reclaim the sovereignty of your emotional body if you have the discipline and courage and self-respect. So, we also have something called the Jehovah Death Seals, which I'm fairly certain I still have to work on getting out of here, etc. There's more, several different ones they implanted. Probably often they use the doctor at birth if you're circumcised, like I was, or just through your belief structure, ritual belief, satanic abuse, even if it's mild. With no awareness of this, has been said the fourth dimension has been essentially turned through the forcing of microwave phones and technology and obedience, Saturn Black Cube tech, into a technological AI hell. Try soul retrieval to recover faith in a respectful higher power to reclaim awareness. Trying YouTube anonymously without using your own name on it. Look at how it is soulless through the algorithm. All they do is they try to, they have the dark side people in there steering it towards being stuff that is not going to, there's only a few things that are popular that have anything that will increase your knowledge. Definitely not your spiritual awareness at all. Nothing with any awareness virtually in this feed. Why? Because shady middlemen, both human and non. Why do we need the dark side shadow puppets to shadow ban me and keep me offline for 2 days so far? To limit human ascension and awareness through my channel. They don't even want 60 people to become enlightened through me. And they want to feed off the loose that they want to try to cause. Feed off my distress by not allowing me to teach. The dark's biggest trick, that there is no devil? No. Tenacity is their biggest trick, I think. Their greatest talent. They don't give up. So let us be like them in their strength and never give up. I'm never going to give up this sharing wisdom. But maybe I must give up all shady middlemen. Maybe I got to give up YouTube or only make YouTube teasers like everyone else. Do I have to quit cold turkey? Well, thanks, Satan. I've gotten a wonderful 8 hours plus rest the last 2 nights, which I have not done since I've been doing this. Also, I'm thinking about this man with the NPD or NPEs I lived with for 5 years. He said to me he didn't like these outlet stores. He said they're taking away our money because he's a shady middleman. So how do you remove the shady middleman? You find a way to go direct it. Like this outlet store, because you don't want that parasitical energy defeating. Dealing with their drama, trauma, and their energy. Them using you as a supply every time. So they're cutting into my profits, he said. Using other online media than YouTube, never giving up. Use their tools against them till it is truly only us, till all these shadow beings that are so powerful now get turned back into get reduced back to the only powers they should ever have is to be shadows. Keep making respectful, loving content online till the majority realizes there is no them, only us. With no middlemen, demiurge, Yahweh, Satan, NSA, CIA trolls, or Dracos, or Illuminati, Anunnaki, or Zeta Greys, then a person has a direct relationship to Christ and all of humanity. And they don't want me to have a completely clear, unfiltered, uncensored relationship. So reclaim divine humanity and the second coming through remembering, how, the power how powerful the dark is, but yet how powerful the Holy Ghost is to overturn all of this darkness. And if you like this, please make sure you click on the notification bell for more and click the subscribe so I can get my numbers up and create a great day, my beloved family. And you can get rid of that seal, the UTAT, get rid of the middlemen if you got the courage. I love you, family.